Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, I truly believe this. You are looking at the most broken champion in MCoC that is available to 7-star. And yes, I know that Human Torch is available. I've been able to test him and fight against him. We are going to look at Wheel of Fate fights. We're going to look at Battlegrounds. We're going to look at questing. All these things, we're going to look at these first two fights because, of course, I'm not going to make you watch a 3-minute fight here. Yeah, some of them are actually shorter than 3 minutes. But we're going up against Dazzler here. This is like 2-point-some-odd million health. I want you to see this. Didn't even crit that much. We were able to use the Power Drain, which is incredibly helpful. I never threw a special in this whole fight. The whole fight. 3 minutes and 32 seconds against that Dazzler, okay? And I don't even think I had him at the SIG 50 that I do have him at now. We'll talk about the SIG, don't you worry about it. This was the brutal Thor fight, pure transparency. I did have to do this a couple times because Thor was not playing ball very well, but look at these crits, what they are doing, the active amount of damage they're putting on, what the shocks were doing. And then of course, in case that's not enough, Spider-Man actually has a taunt, which was so insanely helpful in controlling Thor. And as I said, one of those fights was going to be under 3 minutes. There it was. Now we're going in. This is not a large health pool. This is like a 200,000 Bishop. I'm speeding up the ramp. I'll show you the ramp in Battlegrounds, still ending with tremendous scores. I'm going to use the 69,000 crit of the heavy, which is the Power Drain, I believe it is. I want to make sure I actually power, yeah, it drains 45% of the opponent's power meter. Okay, now we're going to go again against this this Enchantress. Some of these fights are going to be with the power burn, some of them are not. This one is not. She is going to be trying to be healing. We're going to see this fight. I'm going to make mistakes because he's not the easiest champion to use. You're going to get these dexes to get those poise charges at SIG 50. The poise charges each grant him 1,248 crit rating, which is why you're seeing the tremendous crits, but they also come in with a massive, massive 1,616 attack rating as well, which is why the crits are for so huge of numbers. We are now going to start the action. You can see what these damage numbers are doing. She is trying to heal. She's getting the power gain, right? That's what she does when someone tries to steal or drain her power. She is healing. She's got an armor up. We're going to go in for this. And I know some of you are like, oh, dude, you're toast. This would never work against a rank 4. This is just a rank 3. Why are you showing us this? You watch this and you tell me if you think a rank 4 was going to survive. And keep in mind where my power bar is and that I could just simply throw another special one and stun them again. Watch this. We're going in for the striker and they're basically already dead. We had a full bar of power plus a whole combo to go. There's a reason why when we watch the Celestial 4 and above players play Battlegrounds, Stark is always banned. I've now seen it, experiencing it for myself. It is ridiculous. And the reason why I'm saying more broken than Torch is because this is so far outside of I think anything anyone imagined. Here we go. I have fought, and I've actually had some pretty good results against a rank 4 SIG 200 Photon, but I keep making mistakes. I will admit, this is an initial showcase. I want you guys to see this. This is what I'm going to start doing with my rank 4s. I did it with Okoye as well. It's like, I'm not going to wait until I have all the perfect fights and get a friend to get on call and use the CCP map. I'll do that sometimes for a specific fight or two or to show you what's possible. But I want you to see where we're at on this, how broken he is, why I'm just like, dude, this is amazing. We've just moved him to the highest tier in the general tier list. And here's why. This is a rank 3. I think it was like SIG 102 or something like that. So yeah, maybe we get a few more debuffs on us, but this is also the meta with power burn. So I couldn't hit her while she had the armor up. And again, do you think this looks any different against a rank 4? Honestly, maybe 10 more seconds. We just finished that off. We could even throw the special too. And she is absolutely done and dusted, done, over, gone. It's amazing to me. Remember, he's a tech champion. We just showed Enchantress and Photon. And the tech, oh, here's Bullseye. Yeah, I forgot about this. I forgot. Again, I've had some fights against rank 4s. I've made some mistakes. I want you to see what is possible with this dude, okay? We'll get out the ultimate showcase. We'll do all those things, but I want that to happen naturally as I get better at this. So here we go. We're gonna build the poise, and I think I get hit here somewhere trying to build this up. I do think we're back in the power burn meta, but we'll know. There we go. I made a mistake. Bullseye caught me. So keep that in mind. When you see the final score, you remember, we're at 79% health when this happens here. So we're at 10 poise. Now he's got a parry stun. And this happened for me is, I do think this is one of the tricks for beating up Bullseye, is if you can use the heavy to knock him over a bar of power and then drain it back. Watch what happens. This was cool interaction right there. So his killer instinct will actually now go on cooldown, and I can just go in and beat the crap out of him. Okay, so this wasn't power burn because I was hitting into the armor. No, maybe it is. Maybe that's why I stopped actually. So I apologize. Now we're gonna go in, we can use our striker, and we still had a whole special and a stun left. Look at that. So without the mistake, added about 3,000 more score, which ends up at 50,423 in a meta where I could literally not hit Bullseye for a period of time. Now we're going up against this Onslaught. This is not the power burn meta. And I wanted you to see this because I was like, one of the things with Stark where I thought it would kind of hurt him a little bit is, you know, we have champions now like Onslaught that are really punishing the crits, right? I think not critting or the anti-crit and able to crit has been really helpful to increase the relevance of some of the various tech champions that don't crit. And so I thought that I would just have a ton of the Neuroshocks on me. Of course, again, like I said, I made some mistakes. But I also think something to keep in mind, because again, my videos are not about how good I am, they're about how good the champions are and my thoughts on the champions and those sorts of things, so hopefully we can all learn from them, is even with these mistakes, I'm literally in Quantum 2 right now. Or sorry, Mysterium 2, literally right now. And you see a lot of wins from Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. So look how fast he actually gets this fight over. He has class advantage, those massive crits, using the striker without the mistake. That's a 50,000 score, rank 5 or rank 4 versus rank 4. So this is what's possible. This is what's possible. If you ever get the chance again to select him from something, select him. If you can do those CCP challenges, right? Karate Mike, Legacy, and FinTech, get him. I'm so glad I selected him from that Heatwave sale. So now I want to show and see what he can do in questing content too. I want to see this. I want to show everybody before I just put him in the tier above all. As you know, if you're familiar with this channel, you know what fights we're going to test. Can he overpower this healing? This node, I'm intentionally trying not to use my striker too much. I'm intentionally trying to trigger the heal a little bit more because I want to test Stark, right? That's the whole point of this node for me. I'm getting hit in the corner, getting beat up, but I also, again, I want you to see what's possible with this guy. She's at a full bar of health. We're at 75%. I think you know how this fight is about to go. We're going to go in and land our special 2. Look at the absolute ridiculousness of it. That was like, 180,000 in yellow numbers, and then the shocks that came off of it that are still ticking away. And then she's going to throw this, and I think we're about to go in and just absolutely end this. And we're still at that. Well, I guess we lost 1% health. We're now at 78% health. Evading the whole time, causing the heal that comes from the double evade or move backwards. He completely overpowers it, right? He completely overpowers it. I'm always talking about like despair and how helpful that is because they have all these debuffs and that'll help you with the healing and things like that. He doesn't have that. He's just like, I don't care how much you're healing for. I do more damage. Now you know this fight, right? There's a little bit of healing here with Old Man Logan, but he's going to get a protection, right? This is a bit of a flow test. This is a fight I often test for flow because we're going to need to interrupt his heavy or punish his heavy, I believe it is, to get this protection stack down. So often I'm going to need to bait a heavy. I'm going to need to sit there and bait a heavy. How much will that interrupt his flow? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. When all you have to do with the champion is evade a few times and then just hit the opponent, it's really tough to mess up your flow. Your flow is pretty much perfect. It's actually one of the reasons he is one of the champions that caused me to move off my insistence that a champion had to have a power gain of some sort in order to have a 5 out of 5 flow score for the general tier list. Because as you see this, does it look like Old Man Logan is making this fight, or this node is making this fight tough in any way, shape, or form? And in fact, Stark Spider-Man's damage is so good that a single stack of protection did not matter. And another thing I really want to point out is at no point has there been a single synergy involved. In fact, we're about to fight Red Hulk and Old Man Logan with literally no synergies. In fact, if you want to see him all synergized up, I'd say I'd throw on Recoil, but honestly, it's not going to do as much because he gets so much of his attack increase via his poise that the 40% attack increase from Recoil from his base isn't going to do as much. But hell, if you guys want to see Recoil, synergies, boost, the whole thing, I would absolutely love to go and do these fights with it. He is outrageously fun. And like I said, I believe the single most broken champion in MCoC. Is he the best champion? I think he's in the conversation. Is he like the most meta relevant, the one I would tell you got to rank up? For questing, probably not, but for just killing a boss or for battlegrounds or for just outrageous, ridiculous stuff like this, absolutely. And so you're like, well, why broken? Because I think what he's doing is dominating his class. He is dominant over mutants that are, at least unless they're saying like, don't crit me, like don't use them against Captain Britain, and then going outside and taking fights and defenders that I can't imagine Kabam wants him taking or imagine that he might be possible of taking. When we're getting to Enchantress, Photon, I've shown him against the High Evolutionary. You better bet that when High Evolutionary is more available and I can actually fight some in some battlegrounds and things like that, I will be doing fights against High Evolutionary as well. And then again, this is just literally him against Red Hulk, and there's literally no synergies. I don't want to just force myself to talk to make the video longer, so I've made my points as usual. Let me know what you think I got right. Let me know what you think I got wrong. And seriously, if you get the option, if you decide to do those CCP challenges, select Stark Spider-Man as far as I'm concerned. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.